plastic bottom. The fins are super flexible, so they're not gonna do too much damage. Or they're not super flexible, but they're plastic. They're not gonna hurt you or cut you or anything. These are like the best type of boards to learn on, just because they're a lot more forgiving. This part is the deck of the board, and then obviously underneath is the bottom. This is the nose. Back there is the tail. When you're walking out into the water, and say it's like a group lesson, I'm going to be rotating between the three of you. Okay, so at some point I'll be with one person, and then the other two of you are going to have the board all by yourself. So it's really important to keep the nose out, pointed out to the ocean. Otherwise, because if you're walking out and you have it this way, then it's going to get ripped out of your hands.
Yeah.
If you're on this side of it walking out, the wave's going to come and knock into you and knock you over, and that's never fun. So just always being aware of where the board's at. So that way it's not going to hit you, and then by the time I come help you, you guys are good. The easiest way to get over waves though is being back at the tail. And so having the nose pointed out, if a wave or whitewash comes at you, I have usually like one hand guiding and then pushing the other hand on the tail. So I'm pushing it up and over, and it's just gonna punch it up and over really nicely. Also, if you're paddling out, and then I kind of go over like laying down too. So when you're laying down, you want to be kind of in the sweet spot. So usually right about the leash string, because if you're too far forward, what do you think is going to happen? You're going to pearl.
Yeah.
A bunch of water's, a bunch of water's going to go up your nose, so that's not fun. If you're too far back on the board, it pulls the nose way up, and the wave will just go right past you. So you're not going to be catching anything if you're too far back. That's why it's important to find that sweet spot, and I'll help tell you guys where that is. So if I see you too far back, too far forward, I'll tell you to do it. Okay, paddling, one arm after the other. I see a lot of people I see a lot of people doing like the sea turtle. Don't do the sea turtle. So just one arm after the other. And then when you're catching a wave, you're gonna be paddle, 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 and then you'll push, so back it up. We're gonna go through a wave. So we're paddling, paddling, paddling. You can kind of punch through, paddle, 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 punch through. Another way to go through a wave is paddle, paddle, paddle. And you have to make sure your nose is pointed straight at the wave for all these. Turtle, let the wave wash over you, and then come back over, paddle, paddle, paddle. Lost my sunglasses. Love to do that. Okay, when you're catching the actual wave though, I'll be helping you and pushing you into waves. So you'll paddle, 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 hands at the chest, you push up, and then just bring your front foot forward. And I just stand just like that. So you want to have knees nice and bent, chest straight over. If you're too far forward, you're going to fall off the front. If you're too far this way, you'll fall off. I show them too, like, so this is how the pros get up. Go paddle, paddle, paddle. They get straight to their feet. I don't expect anyone learning how to surf to do that, so that's why I'll show them just push up and then front foot forward. Every instructor.
Like in two.
Yeah.
The process.
Yeah. I do like to point out too. So paddle, paddle, paddle. If you guys are finding yourself on one knee right here, don't let go of the deck. Because if you do, if you find yourself one leg up and the other back here, you don't have any balance or stability. So I tell them that this is okay, but just keep both hands down here until this back leg is up, and then let go. Because otherwise I see so many people like, whoa, whoa, and then getting up, and then they fall off right away. As far as equipment and stuff goes, you guys are gonna have a leash. The leash goes on your back foot. So for me, it's my right foot. Usually you can find that out if you're standing and say someone pushes you from behind and you catch yourself with whatever your dominant foot is. Or I ask them like if they snowboard, skate, kick a soccer ball with their right or left foot. So for me, leash goes on the back foot on my right foot, and I just make sure it's on tight and drags out so I'm not tripping on it.
And no knots. Try and avoid knots.
Quick question. So, I've seen like